This video is for people who knows about DNA, mostly from genealogy or genetics research, and for those people who did some test using companies like Family Tree DNA or Ancestry or 23andMe or any else. Most of these companies provide DNA results, DNA data as files. In most cases, it's archived. And MyHeritage last year implemented functionality for uploading the DNA data into the site. But for not all people, it's available, and it depends on country where you live in. But technically speaking, there is a workaround, and for non-technical people listening to this video, shortly speaking, it's about setting somehow like a VPN connection, and this is workaround for MyHeritage. But let's do it step by step. First, I will show you how it looks at the beginning. So I'm logged as in myheritage.com. I'm physically located in Poland, and when I navigate to DNA menu, the menu itself it's available, but sub items not. And when you click, no matter what item, you will always have the message like DNA test are not available in country. Also, there is additional notes here in left top corner. Also, it's about matches. It's also not available. So the workaround is to change. First is to change the IP address, and the second is to change the browser itself. As you may see, I'm using Chrome, and by default there is no VPN, no other tunnels on my machine, just simple access to the internet via Wi-Fi. So first step, navigate to this URL. If you remember, it's torproject.org, the main web page, and on that page you will see downloads. I have downloaded right now the instance for my macOS operation system. I think I will try to replicate steps just to show people maybe there is some, I don't know, some use cases. But what exactly to take, I think for for Windows user it might be different location. It might be executable file with extension exe. So for Windows users, it's mandatory to download this file. Stable version or experimental. By the way, I'm a developer, I'm a software engineer, so for me it's not a big deal to install this or another one. But for most clients, non-technical oriented, it might be some kind of scary. So just download stable version. You can choose whatever English, whatever language, but I use English always by default, so I suggest you also. Let's download from my operation system. It's DMG file. If you also have macOS, so it will be the same for you. After installing the browser, it will be just like Firefox browser. If you know what I mean, it's a Firefox browser from Mozilla. Technically speaking, Tor browser is implemented on top of Firefox. Okay, I have the Tor browser application in my folder application, so it will tell me about replacing. I will do replace just for the sake of this use case, but in fact nothing special. You will not see it at the very start, at the very first time you installed this application. Okay, and then you should have Tor browser on your machine, and here is important. It's just a note about macOS and application from internet. But here's the point. It's very quick. There was small pop-up, a small window from Tor browser. I couldn't stop it, but I hope you've seen it. That message shows for user that when you just launch the browser, it will start a VPN network. So at the beginning of the video, I told you that it's kind of like VPN setup. If you work it with VPN previously, it will be not a big deal for you, but just this time it's about through the browser. Um, so before I launch MyHeritage, I will just check another website. It's called What is my IP address? But similar websites, web addresses, there are many of them. I just use it just from the Google search. And why I'm showing this, because it's for you to know from where you kind of launching this browser. My IP address is changed, but it's only in scope of this browser. And this is one, and I think just the greatest benefit of using browser, Tor browser, not the VPN itself, but browser, because it's scoped to the browser, and you can always use only the browser, and not afraid that your whole machine, like macOS, MacBook, or Windows machine, will be somehow affected by Tor browser or VPN. So once again, it's only inside of this browser, so not to be afraid with some effect on your other applications. So in this current case, IP address is changed. Sometimes this website shows the country from which this IP is generated. But anyway, let's continue, and I will just type the web address for MyHeritage. Meanwhile, it's login. Just small note about Tor browser. It specifically does not remember any user credentials like login password, some cookies, nothing stored, because Tor browser was designed for this, not using cookies, not using Flash, if I'm not mistaken. Even if you maximize the Tor browser, it will tell you that maximizing is also not a good choice for you. Technically it's working, but it's showing this message, so not a big deal. Okay, I'm logging to my account, but just a note, in parallel, in my Chrome browser, I log it as my user, and I still don't have access, so just for you to see the difference. This is Chrome browser, and I don't have access to DNA feature, but inside of Tor browser, when I log in, hope I remember my password correctly. By the way, sometimes it loads a bit long or slow, so no worries, it will load definitely. So as you see, it's the same my profile, nothing special changed, but now when I click on DNA submenus, I have access. And at this moment, I have access to the page with results, because I did upload recently, I mean previously. But you most probably will not see the overview, ethnicity estimate, and DNA matches, only upload DNA data. So under the upload DNA data, only ability to start. And here is the point where you will start uploading data by providing archive. Looks like that's it what I wanted to show. What else? If you close Tor browser, so again, it will not remember any credentials you entered here, and it will start from the scratch. So I would suggest you somewhere type in your notes significant URLs, like important for you. MyHeritage, download, no, I mean it's first time on the once, you download it, you install it, and you use it. This what is my IP address. It's nice to have, nice to remember site, but I'm in my regular life cycle. I don't care about IP address. I wanted just to show you that it's changing IP address. And in regards to IP address, let's say I close, let's say it's remember, okay, visually. Let's say I close the Tor browser and then open again. Just imaginary situations that next day you will open this again. It hopes seen it about network. And let's say I type what is my IP address, just to show you that every time when it's connected through the Tor browser, it's dynamically pick up the different IP address. This time IP address is generated in IP version 6. Previously it was IP version 4, but this time it shows that IP address is generated on a base of United Kingdom IP addresses. It's randomly generated. It's not so big deal. I hope there is not so much criminal here. This is basically generating. This is basically similar as you connect to VPN to the different networks. Okay, so I'm stopping sharing this. If someone of you has some questions or not, all my information was not clear or maybe fast, or any questions you have, type add a comment under this video, and hope you will configure this properly for you, and you will have ability to upload DNA data for MyHeritage and use it afterwards with some new DNA matches. Thanks.